right, so I want to really quickly cover the don't shoot the messenger scenario, the commitment to look at all the options real quick. What we're going to talk about on this is you need to get this commitment to get people to maintain their poise. Would you agree that poise is important on both parts, that you maintain your poise and look like you're confident? But the customer, you're trying to help them be okay too, right? As a technician or as a salesperson in the mechanical trades, you're responsible not just for your own behavior and your own poise and your own confidence. Unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, you're responsible for the okayness of your customer too. That you got to give them a soft place to land. You with me on this? And so what the don't shoot the messenger thing does, or what do you say, give me a commitment, John, would you at least look at all the options? Don't get too excited when you first look at the first one, because I do have the other ones. Please don't get too excited when you see that first one. To get that commitment on something like that, in your own language, it's an important commitment to get. What that does is it makes people actually feel more in harmony with what you're going to do with your presentation, because when they see the first one now, they're already kind of expecting it to be, in their mind, multiplying it by whatever they thought it was going to be. So let's say somebody thought this was going to be $500. I'm going to tell you right now, every customer you go to, there is $500 on the table every single time. The customer thinks that, in their mind, that this call, and how do I know this is to be true? Because when I've sold stuff to people, my average sale is going to be probably $2,500, $2,600 on repair calls, something like that. When I ask people, hey, John, what did you think it was going to cost before I got here? They're like, I'm embarrassed to tell you. Actually, I was just praying it would be under 500. If it was under 500, I would have been doing a dance. I tell you right now, I would dance in the streets if I knew it was under $500, right? Yet, how many times do we fail to pick up even $500 on these calls? Many, right? Why is that? Because in our mind, we are screwing this deal up somehow. The customer thinks it's $500 or more. I'm going to try and hope it's under 500. They're praying it's under 500 or 500 or less, and we come in with 150 or 200. We have to assume if they thought it was going to be 500 and now they're complaining about 150 or 200, that's something we're doing that's inspiring people to get upset about the cheaper price even, right? When are you upset about a cheaper price? When you expected a steakhouse to look good from the outside and you get in and you got to grab a tray, for instance. That's kind of what it looks like. You look like a premium company from the outside. Remember me with the Mary Johnson situation with the heat exchanger, where she's looking for the premium Hilton hotel or the Swiss hotel of heating and air conditioning, and I come in and say, grab a tray and you're going to make your own steak. I'll give you the furnace I had from last year's floor plan for $1,800. I went ghetto on her, right? And so she's like, oh man, so she told me the price is too high just to get rid of me. We're being this, guys. So people are going to complain. They're never going to complain about you and try and make you better. They're going to complain about the price, just to try and, because they all think you can understand the price is too high, so get out of here, and that makes you go away at that point, right? What the money warning does, or at the end of the money warning, the don't shoot the messenger segment, allows your buyer to keep their poise, because you kind of warned them and got them prepared for it. This is like being the rain clouds coming over the horizon. It doesn't start raining the second you see a cloud on the horizon, does it? It still might be sunny where you're standing, but you see the darkness coming over the horizon, and you know it's time to do what at this point? You might be working around your house in the yard. You might have all your stuff and your flowers sitting outside in the front yard. You're going to plant some annuals today, or maybe you're going to cut the lawn, and either you start going faster with the lawnmower, or you say, I'm going to put it away. There's no way I'm going to cut the grass today. Look at that storm coming, right, guys? I mean, you know what I'm talking about? You start getting prepared for the storm. You get the rain. At least if you're going to go out for a walk, you get a raincoat on now. You know it's going to rain. So same thing with this. It's kind of like giving your buyer a raincoat to prepare for the fact that this is going to be more dissonant than I thought it was going to be. What you don't want to do is just hit your buyer with too much dissonance without warning them or without saying don't shoot the messenger, because what's going to happen then is they're going to be like, well, I had no idea it was going to cost this much. When you get that kind of feedback that people are saying, this is ridiculous, I had no idea it would be this much, that's because the entire presentation didn't lead up to this point where giving them an idea. Actually, when you ask people, we say don't shoot the messenger, and later on we're going to ask them how much, take a guess at what this is going to cost. And they may tell you, they may not tell you. But when they guess higher, what does that tell you about your ability to build value on this thing? If they guess lower all the time, what does it say about the way you explain the problem too? That you're not doing a good job explaining value. Put the whole thing together. Other ways of getting agreements, not always you don't got to use the words don't shoot the messenger if you don't want to. You could use words like, John, please just do me a favor and remain calm while you see the top option, because I have other ones you can look at. Just look at all of the options. Let me know what you think. Something like that it could be. It doesn't have to be the words "don't shoot the messenger." There's some places in the country saying "don't shoot the messenger" might be prophetic, right? Some cities in the country, you might have people who have guns and that type of stuff. So maybe "don't shoot the messenger" you wouldn't use in those kind of situations, right? So, but ultimately, you have to get the agreement to remain calm on the customer's part while you show them the prices.